Hi, Thomas. Very good to see you. We are talking about a really important topic today because Congress has proposed killing a very popular tax move known as the Roth IRA conversion. And this is not just for people who are making $400,000. So I want to understand why this tax bill is important and how it affects saving for retirement. So if you can just start by explaining the difference between a traditional and a Roth IRA, please.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the two different vehicles, individual retirement account, traditional IRA, how they work is basically you put in pre-tax dollars into the savings vehicle. It grows the money or the investments in the actual vehicle grows tax deferred. But when you go for the distribution at the age of 59 and a half, because that's when you are legally supposed to take those distributions, the money comes out, is taxed. Okay. With the Roth, it's the contrary. It's after tax dollars. It grows tax deferred, which is similar to the traditional traditional IRA. But when the money is distributed at age 59 and a half, money comes out tax free. So it makes sense that if you can convert in a lower tax environment in which we are today in the US to a Roth later in life, when you take those distributions, ideally, it'll work to your advantage because there will be no taxation on those funds when they actually are distributed to the actual client. So,
all right, that does make sense. So, as it stands right now, I can convert my traditional IRA to a Roth as long as I pay the taxes on it. Explain that, please.
Yeah. So, when you actually take a distribution from your IRA, your traditional IRA, it would be looked at as earned income. So if you are in a low tax environment, which we are right now, it makes sense, right, to take the hit right now and to move it into a vehicle where those funds can grow tax free or tax deferred rather. And then at age 59 and a half, if you have a pretty long time horizon investing, when you take that money out, and let's just say because of the debt that we have right now or a lot of things that are going on in our country, the tax rates can be higher. In fact, in 2025, it will be higher. Those funds won't be taxed. So it makes sense. It's an extra strategic move to grow your investment earnings and to, save yourself that tax bill later in the future.
Yeah, well said. I know whenever I look at the national debt, it gives me anxiety. So it drives that point home. I get it. So I think this begs the question then, Thomas, should we be rushing out and doing a conversion now while we can?
It depends.
Yeah.
And one of the deals with that is at first you need to consult with your tax advisor. It may not make sense to everybody. If you're moving from multiple states, maybe you're, let's say, California, and you're moving to Texas, which has a lower tax rate, that may make sense for you to do it. Or if you are maybe having a large your income is going to go up in the future, and you want to make that move now, it makes sense. But I would suggest not to rush, but to at least begin those conversations because everybody's situation is different. Bring your advisor in. I would love to earn your business. We can have that conversation. And then also to have a conversation with your tax advisor to make that decision.
That's really good advice. So if somebody is watching this then and they would like to determine if it's right for them and they'd like you to walk them through this very complicated equation, what's the best way for them to reach you?
You can obviously shoot me an email, info@martinheritagegroupllc.com. You can go to my website. There's an actual link on there where you can schedule a meeting, or just give me a call, 651-503-6064. Shoot me a text. We can have that conversation.
That's great. Thomas, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate your time.